I need you to imagine you've got a box containing 5 red counters and 3 blue counters, and you're going to pick one counter at random. If you pick a counter, you've got 2 possible outcomes. The first outcome is that you pick a blue counter, and we'll represent that by 1 branch. And the second possibility is that we pick a red counter, and we represent that by a second branch of our tree diagram. Now we replace the first counter, so we're starting again with 5 red counters and 3 blue counters, and we're going to take a second counter from the box. So there's 2 possibilities in each case. If we picked a blue counter first, we could have picked a blue counter again, and if we picked a blue counter, we could have picked a red counter the second time. However, if we picked a red counter the first time, again there's 2 possibilities. We could have picked a blue counter the second time, or we could have picked a red counter. Now looking at our original box of counters, there are 8 counters in total, of which 3 of them are blue. So the probability of getting a blue counter in the first pick is 3 over 8. Probability of getting a red counter is 5 over 8. And because we replace the counters each time, the probabilities on the other 2 sets of branches are the same, so we add those in as well. Notice in this case, the probabilities on the first set of branches are the same in both the second set of branches. Now if we wish to work out the probability of 2 things happening at the same time, for example picking a red the first time and then picking a red the second time, we simply follow the route along the tree. And as we're going, pick up the 2 probabilities for each of the 2 picks. We write those probabilities at the end. Just like that. These 2 probabilities then need to be multiplied together. Now multiplication of fractions is really easy. You take the 2 top numbers, so in this case 5 and 5, multiply those together and get 25. We did the same with the bottom number, so 8 times 8 is 64. So the probability of getting a red followed by a red, in this case, is 25 over 64. And you can do the same for any of the other 3 possible outcomes.